Good evening and happy Saturday night. Now, I am thrilled to have you join us for the 9th night of HullaBOWLoo. Yes, the big HullaBOWLoo online auction to support the mission of the Chattanooga Area Food Bank. Hello, I'm James Howard, and I am thrilled to be a part of this year's first ever virtual online auction. I've had fun so far. Now, tonight, you are in for a treat as we hear from the Rising Fund Social Club, and we also listen into a conversation between two of our foundation supporters. Now, I hope that you have taken the time to check out the memorabilia section of the HullaBOWLoo auction. You don't want to miss this. Not only will you find this authentic autographed baseball by Atlanta Braves pitcher Chris Martin, but you will also find the guitar autographed by Brad Paisley, and hey, a football autographed by Derrick Henry. Don't miss out on these and other great unique items in the HullaBOWLoo auction. Check it out, all right? Now, I promised you something special, and here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the Rising Fund Social Club Bluegrass Music HullaBOWLoo VIP Entertainment. How about that, folks? Oh, that was wonderful. This group, by the way, of friends has been together ever since kindergarten. Now, I won't make any jokes about how long that has been. I'm just saying they really must have their act together. And I'm looking at some of these pictures from past HullaBOWLoo events, and I'm thinking of the thousands that it has impacted with this event that the Chattanooga Area Food Bank has helped. So I want to invite you right now to listen in on a conversation between Bruce Clark, the president of the Lyndhurst Foundation, one of the oldest foundations in Chattanooga, and Mike Pollock, executive director of the Bobby Stone Foundation. Let's take a listen into this intimate conversation between foundation executives, bandmates, and friends.
So the food bank is such a cool project for us. I think it's been really exciting to get to know the people there. That's kind of where my interest lies. Is I don't really know too much about food insecurity and about being hungry. So I have to look to professionals who are just experts in their fields and enable them to do the work that they do best. I mean, that's the perspective that I walked into this project with. Our mission revolves around helping people, particularly young people, break the cycle of poverty, generational poverty, as well as we want Chattanooga to become, an attractive, fun, exciting place to be. So community quality of life is important for us too. So the two kind of go hand in hand, but when we're talking about the food bank, especially in times of pandemic, there's just so many people who do not have enough to eat. And we recognize that the food bank is the frontline organization that is helping people, have enough to eat, not just enough to eat, but nutritional food, fresh food, and things that, they might not be able to afford. You have sort of these episodes where people lose their jobs and they have to make choices about what they're going to do with their spare income or lack thereof.
I just heard from the food bank that they have estimated that up to 25% of adults in their service area are food insecure, and it's about equal for children.
Right.
If you look at the statistics, only probably 35 to 40% of people in Chattanooga are considered to be in the normal range as far as availability of food and or access to healthy food and relatively healthy. And I think that's a challenge that we really face as a community. But the food bank is surely, as you said, on the front lines of providing both caloric content and also nutritional food. Mm-hmm. It's one thing to provide quantity, but quality is every bit as important.
Yeah, please.
Tell me a little bit about the grant that you all just awarded to the food bank.
Back in 2019, we made a small grant to the food bank, which was considered sponsorship for HullaBOWLoo, which we're playing for right now. But in the process, we decided at that time to make a 3-year commitment to the food bank because we knew that the pandemic was probably going to last at least a year. Had no idea that it was going to really last a year or more. So we recognized that it was time for us to pony up and do what we could to sustain the organization for a longer period of time. One of the things that we tried to do was enable the food bank and great staff there to go out and raise money on the money that we just invested. All of these agencies had the ability to pitch in, but what we're hoping for is for other Chattanoogans to realize that it's important for everybody to pitch in, not just, the usual suspects, if you will.
We invest in initiatives, institutions, people, and programs that contribute to the long-term resilience and livability of Chattanooga and the greater Chattanooga region. We fund in the areas of education, arts and culture, We do urban design and development, neighborhood revitalization, but also conservation and physical health. And where we really align with the food bank is around physical health. In that area, we're really trying to increase access to outdoor recreation, parks, human-powered transit, particularly the bike share program in Chattanooga, also primary care programs, but wholesome food is a big part of what we do. So working with the food bank has been an obvious thing for us. And just like you, we like to make multi-year grants. We think that's really important for an organization to have a sense of stability and more long-term support. And one of the favorite grants that we've made, at least for me, has been the purchase of a refrigerated tractor-trailer truck.
Yeah.
It's not often that a foundation will buy a semi for another organization, but the food bank found themselves in a really awkward position in that the government had this surge of food. And while obviously the food bank was grateful to be able to access fresh meat and milk and other products, they just didn't have the capacity not only to store it, but to distribute it. So they came to us and asked if it might be possible to donate a truck, and I was really all for that.
Because you like trucks.
Pardon? I do like trucks. It's a Freightliner refrigerator truck. We actually help buy 2 trailers so they can drop a trailer off as a temporary storage facility at some of the pantries that don't have a cooler. We've really worked hard to help them try to address food insecurity with a partnership with Feeding America. And then more recently, the purchase of the truck. And when COVID hit, we thought it might be a good idea to help supplement the fuel cost and the driver costs so that they could use the money they would normally allocate to that and pour it back into food distribution.
Yeah, I think that's great. And it's a good compliment to the way that we're giving to the food bank, which is unrestricted dollars.
Right.
So operational funding, because that goes a really long way to keeping the organization intact and employing all these great people that they have. But, the logistics are so critical when you're talking about distributing food. And I think that the network of agencies and churches that the Chattanooga Food Bank has to distribute food is so cool because it eliminates the one-spot demand. The lines that would stretch down Amnicola Highway if that was the only distribution point. So I think that's key. But we have been focused on enabling the organization itself. That's sort of a forgotten need these days. I think we spend a lot of time focused on program dollars, but supporting the organization and recognizing that they're the experts within their own building, is something that I have to do because I'm ignorant and I don't know that much about food insecurity. I don't know that much about distribution, but the reality is this is an organization of experts and they're doing amazing work. And, we applaud them and support them, from behind.
I mentioned earlier that in our mission statement is the word resilience, and I think that the hallmark or one of the hallmarks of a prosperous community is a healthy citizenry. And we're pretty interested in some of the work that the University of Wisconsin has been doing in terms of determinants of health. And at the very top would be diet and exercise. And so again, with the food bank, you've got an organization that not only is addressing food insecurity, but they're also really interested in educating all of us about the benefits of more nutritious and wholesome food and working even with local farms to create a supply chain so that we as a region can produce our own food that's feeding our own people. And I think that's a really important aspect. I think you really hit on it. The food bank is credible, they're revered, they're innovative, and they're effective. And those are all reasons why it's easy for us to choose the food bank as an organization to provide support for. It's a perfect alignment of what they do and what we hope to achieve to make our region and our city a more livable and resilient place.
Yeah. Well, the thing, again, that sells me on the food bank is knowing the people that are running the organization. And, having that experience really helps you see the food bank from the inside out, and then to witness people driving up and the food boxes being hand delivered into the trunks of their vehicles, and just witnessing the care that the staff are treating these clients with, or it's heartwarming. It really is.
They're very professional, but they're also very personable.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I think that is what makes working with organizations like the food bank such a treat. I'm just sorry that we weren't able to play live for HullaBOWLoo. We had such a good time over the last 2 years, and doing it virtually is okay, but I really enjoy the interaction with all the other people who support the food bank and just the atmosphere that they create around that event. It's truly a special Chattanooga get-together.
It is. It was so much fun to play, and people actually listened to us. That was one of the best shows we had.
I think so too. I really miss it.
Chattanooga is such an amazing place with phenomenal public and private support. I am forever grateful for the Lynn Hurst and the Bobby Stone Foundation for helping make Chattanooga a better place for everyone. Now, speaking of making the world a better place, let's meet John Lippincott, receiving manager at the food bank. John and his team physically moved nearly 17 million pounds of food last year. Some of that went to over 300 mobile pantries and included over 4 million pounds of produce. Wow. That is the effort these folks give to meet the hunger needs in our 20 county area. Absolutely amazing. Let's hear what John has for us tonight.
Which school subject is the fruitiest? History, because it's full of dates.
Now that we've heard that one, let's see who tonight's lucky winner is. John, why don't you do us the honors? Hey, congratulations to all of our winners. And you too can be a winner. Check out the bids tonight and make sure that you come back tomorrow night to see if you've won. And tune in tomorrow for the final night of the HullaBOWLoo Chattanooga Area Food Bank online auction.
That